Welcome to today's live episode of Pump the Brakes. I'm Eric.
I'm out of breath.
Alongside Blake. Man had to run up 8 steps to get here on time. That's fantastic.
It was like 20, but
we are live from South Plains Food Company in Zachary, Louisiana.
we should have set at the bar.
We should have set at the bar.
Charlie and Jimmy Ott do it from the bar.
Well, I need those people to get. We need the views right now, so we have to isolate ourselves from the people. Okay. Those are the only people that watch, and as of right now,
there's a big zero.
There's a big zero right now, but it's early. We just started.
It's early.
Today's episode, Charles Williams. We're finally talking about the AFC.
Okay.
And I'm just going to come right out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Is the AFC the Kansas City Chiefs to lose? We asked the question with the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
So for the same thing,
mm-hmm.
Is it the Chiefs conference to lose?
No, I mean, yeah, until somebody knocks them off the throne, you know. I mean, they're Rocky Balboa. They're Muhammad Ali. Somebody's got to beat them. And, I mean, Patrick Mahomes' whole career, you can just pencil him in to be in the AFC Championship. You can just go ahead and write it in. So they're definitely the team to beat. Until somebody, throws the haymaker, they're the guy to beat.
Reigning Super Bowl champs, Vegas favorites, as they should be.
As they should be. MVP favorite.
I do have to ask the question because nobody's really talking about this.
Okay.
I'm just asking the question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's necessarily a huge concern for me.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of Travis Kelce, this might be the worst group of receivers in the NFL.
Yes. However, during Brady's prime, he took guys like Chris Hogan and Wes Welker and Julian Edelman. And, I mean, who was Tom Brady's best receiver? Deion Branch. These quarterbacks are going to make these guys. Drew Brees and Marcus Colston. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is going to make Sky Moore.
I understand.
Again, Kadarius Toney if he can stay healthy. They're supporting cast. Let's look at it like this. If the Chiefs didn't have Mahomes, they're one of the worst teams in football.
Yes.
They're a 4 or 5 win team.
I was going to transition.
They're not good.
That's
how good he is.
If their quarterback is, I hate to always make him the guinea pig, but if it's Kirk Cousins, because he is the pinnacle of being average.
Yeah, he's just severely mediocre.
This team doesn't make the playoffs.
No shot. They
Especially
don't win
now.
6
Chris
games.
Jones is on a holdout.
Yep.
Who knows when he's coming back?
Yeah, that just goes to show the legacy and the glory of who I think is the greatest quarterback to ever touch the football field.
So you're not worried about that at all?
Not until I see Mahomes fail because he doesn't have a supporting cast.
Right. And now this is also completely discounting Travis Kelce, which I'm not trying to do because he's a top 7 pass catcher.
But he's old. He's getting older.
Sure. He has shown zero signs of slowing down.
I think Mahomes is the one quarterback, maybe a couple others, but Mahomes especially is the one you can afford to pay and be like, I don't need anything else, right? Like, who cares about the supporting cast? I got Patrick Mahomes.
I agree. Again, it's just something that I haven't really seen talk about.
Right.
Because, if, like we just said, if this was any other quarterback with Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney, you would be like, no chance. Like, if that was what Jacksonville had, you wouldn't be so high on Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
Oh, it's Hampton. Of course he is. That, I will say.
Jameson Fisher loves Sky Moore.
The cocktail that he has.
You better trade Cooper Kupp, but go ahead.
The cocktail that he has is far more purple than it was last night during the football games.
Well, it's just 2 bros watching the game in the dark together. So
simple.
Just doing some scouting. Can we just 1 second talk about that game?
Go for it.
And you know this because I was on the record saying Florida was going to lose by 14 plus. They lost by 13. They're terrible. Billy Napier, I wish Steve Lunch could hear this. In fact, I should call him.
No, let's end the show with it. Can we end the show with this?
Okay.
Let's end the show with this.
Billy Napier is awful.
He's horrible.
Okay.
This is the doom years for Florida football. Anyway.
They're set back a decade, but go ahead. They're done for 10 years. The hire like that sets you back 10 years.
Save it for the end of the show. I'm going to just do some stuff just to get some teams out of the way. And I didn't do this for the NFC because there would have been a lot less to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about.
Do we need to talk about the Houston Texans?
No.
Okay.
I mean, CJ Stroud spare me.
Not a fan at all?
Not at all. You can't hire D'Amico Ryans for your rookie quarterback who's going to struggle already. You need a quarterback whisperer in there. You need a McVay, a McDaniels, a Shanahan.
I agree.
Somebody that's touched buttholes with those guys. You got to have something. You can't have D'Amico Ryans out there. They're done. That'll set them back 10 years as well.
The Raiders. Do we need to talk about the Raiders?
No, they're terrible.
They're terrible.
And I'm tired of hearing about this O'Connell guy. Like, he got drafted in the 4th round from Purdue.
Yeah.
Tom Brady. Just miss me.
He looks exactly like Derek Carr.
Yeah, he does look exactly. When you said that the other day, I couldn't believe it.
It looked just like
I couldn't believe it. Houston's offense is not underrated, Jameson. They're just properly badly rated.
They're horrible. We will get there.
I guess I think he owns Brandon Cooks when he goes to college.
Do we need to talk about the Titans?
Well, I will say this about the Titans.
Okay.
Vrabel always.
We love Vrabel.
Yes, one of the best coaches in the league.
Yes.
He always finds a way to make them competitive. So I'm not counting them out. They're terrible, but I'm not going to sit here on my throne and say they're going to win 6 games. But don't count out Mike Vrabel.
Do you like Will Levis?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I watch him play Kentucky. I don't think he's very good.
I think he's the T-shirt shorts guy. Like, he'll wow you.
Oh yeah, of course.
I agree.
He's certainly no Jordan
Love. I know you don't like the Colts. You don't like Anthony Richardson.
Well, no, you've kind of swung me a little bit on that.
Okay.
I could see him having a Justin Fieldish rookie year.
That is going to be way more fantasy relevant than
Correct.
NFL relevant.
You're right.
But I do like Richardson.
You do. You talked me into drafting.
The rushing upside is huge, especially in that offense.
He could rush for 1,000 yards.
Could
6-8 touchdowns.
Easy.
No problem. Yeah.
Now he'll probably lead the league in interceptions.
Probably.
But again,
he'll throw like 15 touchdowns.
So it's a fantasy stat. Basically, if you go 3,000 and 1,000, you're going to win the MVP. That's what Lamar did.
Okay. I don't think he has a chance.
I don't think he's going to win the MVP.
Just because they'll be so bad.
Anyway, something to keep in mind for the future.
Okay.
The Patriots. We don't need to talk about them.
Can we just make a note on that, by the way? Of all these people who think these coaches are, this, this, and blah. Look at Bill Belichick since Tom Brady left. It has been a complete and utter dumpster fire.
Yeah.
A man who refuses to get up with the times. A man that took Matt Patricia and made him an offensive coordinator. You know what Bill Belichick likes? Control. And he likes to be in control. And that's going to be to the detriment, I think, of his legacy. I think, in my opinion, when you start talking 10, 15 years from now, greatest coach of all time, Andy Reid's going to come close or catch him in Super Bowls. It's going to happen with Mahomes.
But with Mahomes,
it could surpass it.
It's not out of the
It just
realm
depends
of
on how long he
possibility.
wants to coach. And I just think Belichick's really hurting his legacy right now. They're going to be awful. He's never been good at drafting skill players.
Horrible.
Literally.
horrible.
Literally terrible. You can go read off the list. They're just all bad.
Dude, I loved Chad Jackson coming out of Florida.
Awful. Just all awful. They're in an archaic system, and they're done. And they're in a tough division, and they're just through.
All right. So
they're the worst team in that division.
So I just listed Patriot. Oh, but there's one more. Broncos. Do you want to talk about the Broncos? They had more talking points, but I think they're going to be horrible.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah.
I think Russ is cooked.
If you think Russ is cooked, then yeah, you definitely think they're going to be terrible.
I think they're done.
Yeah. That's just put them in the NFC. I'd have a higher opinion of.
Sure, that's fair.
They're in probably the toughest.
So right off the bat,
in
the AFC,
I mean, they got the best team in football, the Chargers in that division. So
Patriots, Broncos,
yep,
Raiders, Texans.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say the Colts for this year.
Okay.
5 teams eliminated right off the bat.
Okay.
Literally every other team can make the playoffs. I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Let me just backtrack. I wouldn't be stunned if the Broncos made the playoffs. The other 4, I would be just absolutely flabbergasted. If the Broncos made it, I'd be like, oh, yeah, okay. They have Russ, Hall of Fame quarterback. They got Peyton, Hall of Fame coach. They still got a good defense. I don't think they will, but I'm just saying if they did.
Would you be more stunned if the Broncos or the Titans made the playoffs?
Oh, that's a good question. I think the Titans.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Either way, the point being, there's legitimately like 10 playoff teams in the AFC.
Yes.
So we're going to go not necessarily one by one, but I'm going to just name a team, and I want you to give me like a quick 2 sentences on it, and then we'll break down what we think.
Okay.
We got a lot. We're going to rank quarterbacks. We're going to give breakout teams, breakout players, win totals,
Hitman wants a Zachary football prediction: 15-0 state championship.
Yeah, I have no idea what that means. I can't name one player.
Well, you know you've been to the Spangler's house.
I have. I guess I did.
Yeah.
We had
starting quarterback.
We had a 25-minute conversation about it, and I was just nodding my head. I'm like, yeah, I guess. I don't know. What do
we need Hitman up here.
We do. All right. We're going to start in the East.
Okay.
Expectations for the Jets.
I'm going to shut my eyes and turn my phone down. Just tell me.
Yeah. Jets.
Stumped.
Okay.
You want me to just say a record?
No. Okay. I just want like 2 sentences. What you think the team will do?
Not live up to expectations.
Okay. Boom.
Okay.
Dolphins.
A lot better than people think.
Ooh. Well, not a lot better than I think.
Well, but I'm just
Buffalo.
Super Bowl champions.
Okay.
Cowboys Super Bowl.
Chargers.
Oh God, my babies. That's all I mean.
I went back to back for a reason.
I love them. That was messed up what you just did. Oh, hello, our friend.
Hello, Joe.
The owner.
How we doing?
In the owner's box.
We're live.
It's sweet.
Yeah, Chargers. I mean, you know how I feel about Justin Herbert. It's a ongoing love affair with this team. They have the best roster in football, and
always let
2 words.
down.
I could write a soliloquy essay about them.
I should have started with that.
You shouldn't have gone back to back like that. That was messed up.
Ravens.
They'll disappoint.
Bengals.
Won't make the AFC Championship.
Fair.
Okay.
Browns.
Oh, long shot Super Bowl. 40-1, lock it in.
Jesus. Steelers.
Love.
Offense.
Oh,
We're back. Jaguars.
They were my Super Bowl long shot. I still like them, but I don't like all the hype they're getting. Too much hype.
Yeah, I feel like the Browns have far less hype, especially in Vegas.
Yes, and probably a better team.
And might be a better team. Yes,
better roster.
Exactly. All right. There's a lot to go over in the AFC.
You left off my beloved Titans.
Oh, you want to give something for the Titans? I thought we.
Oh, well, maybe,
All right, go ahead. Tennessee, go ahead.
I love Mike Vrabel.
We already said
I
that.
wish he would coach the Saints.
That's why I skipped that. So you think the Jets are going to be more disappointing than what everybody else sees? Is it just you're not in on Rodgers?
Let's call it a day.
Thank you.
Let's call it a
The
day.
owner agrees.
Jeez.
The owner agrees. I question Aaron Rodgers' commitment to football. When you're really considering when you're on a fucking ayahuasca trip trying to decide if you want to retire, you're out there shitting on yourself in the jungle. I question your commitment to football. I don't remember Tom Brady ever going on an ayahuasca trip to determine if he wanted to play football or not. I think the Jets got hot in a not so great division last year. Tua was hurt. The Patriots were terrible. And I think they have a lot of hype, and I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think Rodgers, if you think Wilson's cooked, I think Rodgers is cooked. I just don't think he cares. If they start like, I don't know, 2-4, like he's just going to be like, fuck it, I quit.
Well, the AFC schedule is tough.
Oh, it's brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Host the Bills Monday night, first Monday night game.
Okay.
So we'll chalk that up as an L.
Who'd you say I was
the
reading
Bills.
comments?
You love
yeah,
the
they're
Bills?
gonna lose to the Bills 100%.
Oh Jesus! At the Cowboys,
That's a loss. They're 0-2 already.
buddy. This is not looking good.
0-2.
Home against the Patriots.
They'll beat the Patriots. That's 1-2.
Home against the Chiefs.
They'll lose that. That's 1-3.
On the road at Denver.
That's a toss-up.
Tough
Give it
place
to
to play,
them. Give it
but
to
you
them.
give it to
2-3.
Host the
Never like to
Eagles.
go east to west coast. 2-3.
Nope.
So there you go. 2-4.
Host
They'll
the
be
host
2-4.
the Eagles, lose. Giants,
They'll be 2-4.
Chargers. It's a tough schedule.
And he's going to quit. He's going to be thinking, why am I not in the jungle doing more fucking DMT? I'm over here with all these rookies. So I don't know. I'm out on the Jets. You can have them. I think the Dolphins are the class of that division. And I mean, outside the NFC East, when's the last time 3 division teams made the playoffs? I don't know. That'd be a good question to figure out.
I don't know. We legitimately thought there was a point where every team in the AFC West was going to make the playoffs last year.
Yeah. Let's pull up Chat GPT and ask it.
So you don't. All right. So you're out.
I'm out on the Jets.
You're out.
Yeah. like I said, the Bills, the Dolphins, I think, are a class ahead of the Jets. And I don't trust Roberts to lead either, by the way.
I actually like him. But
Not
I'm
a
an Aaron
defensive-
Rodgers.
Not of a defensive coach league.
I know.
And by the way, who's calling the plays for the Jets?
Aaron Rodgers.
Fair enough. But who's in the
Yeah,
booth?
Nathaniel Hackett. I get it.
Nathaniel Hackett.
But they worked very well together in Green Bay.
They
And
worked well together because
that-
Aaron Rodgers
it's because
is one of the
Aaron
most
Rodgers.
talented quarterbacks of all time.
Right. I just don't think that's
I question his commitment. I question his commitment.
okay. All right. I wrote a little something down if you wanted to rank the quarterbacks in the AFC.
Oh, God bless. I think you got to go Mahomes.
Yep, that's fair. I got
Allen.
the list of the quarterbacks here.
I don't even think I need it, though.
Okay.
Mahomes, Allen,
I agree.
Burrow.
You know what? I would put Burrow too. Joe Burrow is a better
Over
quarterback.
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I got
You go ahead.
You're in for a rude awakening for what I'm.
What about Justin Herbert? You have him 3? If you have him like 5 or 6, just leave right now, and I'll never talk to you again.
No, I do love Josh Allen.
Okay.
No, I think Burrow's the second best quarterback in the NFL. And there's nothing that he's done on the football
I'm
field
not
to make
saying
me think otherwise.
No, I'm not, and that's you could certainly argue that he is.
Yeah. So I'm going Burrow over Allen, but Allen over Herbert. I think that's fair.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's fair.
And I'm the biggest Justin Herbert, as a kid would say, stan around. I don't know if anybody pumps the fan club quite like I do. Not even Charger fans. The 10,000 of them that there are.
You could put it. Well, I mean, I guess 2, 3, 4 can go in any order.
Okay.
There's not really going to be an argument. This is where it gets interesting.
Okay. Trevor Lawrence.
Over Lamar.
Oh, 100%. I would take Trevor Lawrence over Lamar every day. Trevor Lawrence is going to be a stud.
Okay.
If I didn't know the requirements for you to win the MVP, but you basically have to win the conference.
Yep.
You got to be a quarterback. I would love Lawrence. I just don't think the Jags could win that conference. So when you start thinking about it like that, then it kind of narrows down your player pool, right?
Yes.
It's Allen, Mahomes, Burrow. I mean, it's going to be one of these fucking. That's why no long shots win the MVP.
You're right.
I mean,
I would take Lamar over Trevor with the caveat being I've just seen it from Lamar longer, and that can easily change this year. Now that Trevor's got a head coach, he's got offensive weapons.
He's got a wide receiver 1,
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley.
I would not be shocked at all if Trevor blew the roof off the doors and maybe even surpassed Herbert. I wouldn't be shocked.
Well, let's
Let's
the name
pump the
of
brakes.
Yes,
I know.
let's pump
I
the
get it.
brakes.
I get it.
He is Justin Herbert.
Deshaun Watson
Love.
over Tua.
Yeah. Let me tell you something about Deshaun Watson, okay? When Deshaun Watson left football, he was a top 5 quarterback, maybe top 3. I mean, he was that good. The guy was a fucking stud, and he played with horrible skill players.
A
horrible team, and drug them to the playoffs. Yes, he was bad last year. The dude didn't play football for 2 years. Like, of course he was bad. What did you expect? He was going to go out there and just pick up where he left off? If he is 80% of what he was for the Texans, the Browns are a fucking problem. They are a big problem because they have a great fucking offensive line and they got a really good defense. They're a problem.
I agree. I don't have them in the playoffs though.
Really?
I don't. No, but again, I told you.
How about that division, by the way?
Oh,
Steelers,
it's the best division of
Bengals,
football.
Browns. Who am I missing?
Ravens.
Good God, dude.
That's the best division.
Yeah, 100%. What a fucking division.
All right, so Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Herbert. However,
Well, let's clear it. Mahomes,
yes,
Gap. Then the other 3, however you want them.
and then you got Trevor,
Yeah, that's tier below Trevor.
Watson, or Lamar.
Lamar. I mean, you can't argue. People want to get all up. He's just a runner, but the dude can throw the ball.
He's good.
I could rattle the NFC and rattle the stats off.
Lamar would be the second best quarterback in the NFC.
100%. Yeah,
Well, honestly,
He
a
may
lot
be.
of these guys would.
it would be Jalen Lamar.
All right, so what I'm getting this, I'm going to come full circle here.
Okay.
We are going to exclude the rookies just because we don't know. We don't know Stroud. We don't know Richardson.
Yes, Mun, I do believe. Just time out. Quick question. I do believe every team in the AFC North could potentially make the playoffs.
No shot. Literally 0% chance.
Well, I mean, it almost happened. It's almost already happened.
Well, then your Chargers are out. The AFC East is basically out.
I
Like
love it, Chargers.
they're going to beat up on each other too.
They will. They're going to. But it is possible. It could happen.
They are good enough to do it, but statistically, I don't think it is mathematically possible.
It's mathematically possible. Of course, it is. The other divisions would have to have bad years.
All right, I guess mathematically, yes, because that is very.
Is it likely to happen?
No, it's not.
Okay.
The worst quarterbacks, and we're going to kind of meet in the middle here.
Mm-hmm.
Tannehill, Mac Jones.
Yeah, Mac Jones is so bad.
Garoppolo, who I don't hate. He's not. I mean, I can't say like he's not leading you.
You've seen Garoppolo with two of the best offensive coordinators in the NFL, Josh McDaniels and Kyle Shanahan. Let's see what he fucking does on his own out there. Well, he is back with Josh McDaniels, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see it. I think the Raiders are going to stink.
There's a wild card here.
Mm-hmm.
This is all going to come full circle now.
Okay.
Coming into the draft process last year,
mm-hmm.
I fell in love with Kenny Pickett.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the Pittsburgh Steelers this year.
Yeah, and I do too. You know how I feel. I mean, if you wanted to take a team with upside, they're not going to win the Super Bowl, but if you want to take a team with upside,
we love Mike Tomlin.
Throw a dollar. I mean,
quarterback is in place.
Yep.
They have weapons.
The Steelers' return to glory is not far.
The defense is still good.
Yeah.
They're probably going to have the defensive player of the year.
Still have Minka Fitzpatrick. They have a superstar at wide receiver in George Pickens.
So it's probably a little early for a bold prediction. No, you know what? I'll wait. It's called a tease.
I have a very good call that in the business.
Bold prediction involving the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh.
I love them.
Oh.
And in the preseason, they've been a ground and pound team for a while.
Yep.
They really opened up the offense.
All right, let me tell you.
And they let Kenny Pickett just sling
Let me tell you what will set the Steelers back. Until they get rid of this guy, they won't be able to take the step forward.
Oh, you're right.
Matt Canada. He is one of the worst coordinators in the league. The players don't respect him. The fans don't respect him. He's just a bad coordinator. If you're the Steelers.
Is he better than Carmichael? We just got to ask the tough questions around here.
Well, that's a great question.
We have to ask the tough questions around here.
What? Yeah, I'm so glad, just not to get on this soapbox, but Justin Herbert's finally got a competent coordinator. The Chargers' first play in the preseason that Herbert played, they came out shotgun, empty set, trips at the bottom, and I just wanted to cry.
Just let them sling it.
Because they ran like 75% of the time on first down last year. And I just wanted to sit down and just cry for like 5 minutes. It's a year, Justin Herbert. Fuck it, I'm back. I'm just saying. They're so good.
Can they
okay, let's just say this, and it's not going to happen. You know this, and I know it's not going to happen. If Keenan Allen and Mike Williams stay healthy, which we know they're going to miss combined for like 12 games. But if they played 85% of the games, that might be the best skill group in football. Eckler, Allen, and Mike Williams, holy cow.
And they just drafted Quentin Johnson. Keenan Allen is the most underrated non-quarterback offensively in football.
Yes and no. He never fucking plays.
He is.
I mean, when he plays, he's a superstar.
A superstar.
But he never plays. So, being healthy is part of being a good player.
Oh, yeah.
So
your best ability is availability.
That's right.
Do you think they can win the division?
Justin Herbert never left Jonathan Munn. The Chargers?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Why couldn't they? They have an unbelievable roster.
Wonder what that line is.
They have a great quarterback. They finally have a competent offensive coordinator.
3-1, would you take them? I'd like a little higher than that.
Yeah, well, you got to go to Kansas. Well, you don't have to, but you have to beat them at least once. And if you lose at home, you're not beating them at Arrowhead. Patrick Mahomes has never lost a home division game. Think about that.
I know, that's insane.
That is fucking nuts. He's been, 6 years in the league? Never lost a home division.
Now, also in fairness, that division's been pretty bad for a while.
But still, dude, that's your division opponent. You're going to,
you
just
think
a rivalry.
you accidentally mess one up.
You'll mess one up. Never lost, ever.
That's crazy.
He's so good.
All right. we are going to do this back road read. When we come back from this little break out teams, break out players.
Okay.
We're going to give our favorite win total bet, division winners, Super Bowl champ, and our awards.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
George Pickens. Oh.
George Pickens what?
You
You want to tease again?
I love George Pickens.
Oh, my God.
He's so fucking.
Today's episode is brought to you by the premier clothing brand choice for any outdoor enthusiast, Backroads Apparel. Whether you chase the migration, live life at full draw, or just enjoy going to the camp to crack cold ones with friends and family, Backroads has a design that fits your lifestyle. Represent the brand that prides themselves on being authentic and original. Head over to backroadsapparel.com and grab your gear today. Be sure to use promo code PTB during checkout to receive 10% off of your entire order. Again, that's backroadsapparel.com, promo code PTB. Today's episode is brought to you by the
It's looping. Why does it do that?
So unprofessional.
This thing is just ridiculous.
So unprofessional.
All right, breakout team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, mine's very obvious. I have two.
Okay.
You want me to go first? You want me to lead it off?
No, go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
the Steelers. I love them.
Yep. Love the Steelers.
I have a bold prediction.
Okay.
I'll do it now. I think not only they make the playoffs.
Oh.
I'm going to get specific here. I think they go to Buffalo and beat them in a playoff game. That is my bold prediction. The Steelers in the wild card round go to Buffalo and win a playoff game.
Go to the Bills Mafia.
Oh, yeah. You have to remember,
Okay.
Buffalo should have lost to a Skylar Thompson-led Miami Dolphins team in the playoffs.
They were in a dogfight.
They should have lost that game. If Tua plays, Dolphins win by 10.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to know why, not to get on this side rant, but and I love the Bills this year. It just something in my gut tells me it's their time. Josh Allen's eventually going to win a Super Bowl and MVP. You got to break chains with Sean McDermott. I don't want Sean defensive McDermott coaching fucking Josh Allen, right? I want
on that train. We do not like defensive head coaches.
No.
And not in this NFL. It works 10 years ago. It doesn't
to
work
me,
now.
when you got the Cadillac at quarterback, you got to take the governor off, right? I need an aggressive play call, I don't know. McDermott's not the guy. And I truly believe that if the Bills don't really take a step forward this year, he may be gone. And he's very well respected in the NFL. It would be like a shocking hire.
He would get hired immediately.
Immediately, of course.
Immediately.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
There's something about Buffalo. They're good. They're talented everywhere. Like McDermott, he is a good head coach.
He's good for,
Is he better than Andy Reid? No.
No. Who is that?
Nobody really. They have the quarterback. Like everything is in place for them to be good. Can we start the conversation that, they kind of choke all the time?
They do. Yeah. I mean, think about the game they lost to Mahomes. Was it 2 years ago when he got the ball?
Yeah.
13 seconds left.
Now, that probably doesn't happen if they're playing anybody else on the planet than Mahomes.
That's right.
But he's not going away anytime soon.
No.
So you have to get used to playing Mahomes. And
you're stuck with him for 10, 15 years. Hell, who knows?
And not just Mahomes. Then there's Burrow. Then there's Herbert.
Nope.
And now Trevor Lawrence up and coming.
Nope.
I don't know. I think that Buffalo Bills window, I think it's gone.
Okay. I don't know. I disagree, but I don't think there's any way Josh Allen's going to go his career with 0 MVPs and 0 Super Bowls.
I guess let me rephrase. It's not gone, but it has closed because 2 years ago we weren't worried about Burrow and Herbert and Trevor Lawrence.
Well, the AFC, you're right, certainly better than it was 2 years ago. But Josh Allen's also better than he was 2 years ago. The Bills have weapons fucking galore. Dalton Kincaid is going to be a stud.
They're good.
DeMar Hamlin's back.
I think
DeMar Hamlin's back.
No, it's not going to work.
Eric Evans turned the comment section off. Wow.
No, I didn't. I just it's there. A pickleback break. God bless. I would kill for
I haven't had one since I was 30.
I'm
34 now.
My breakout team, Pittsburgh.
Okay.
There is one more breakout team that I have.
Okay.
This is not good.
I don't know. I kind of feel like you saying that the Steelers are going to break out. That's like your bold prediction. That's lazy. I'm gonna
my
take
bold prediction is them winning a playoff game.
They could go win a.
Yeah, Miami is really good.
Here's a bold prediction.
Miami is really
You want
good.
to see some? Well, we're back. Back live.
I need to know.
Never lost.
Oh my God!
I wonder if we,
All right, you have the Bengals missing the playoffs.
Yes, it's just time. I think Burrow's going to get hurt. He's got 2 knees, an ankle, a calf. I mean, he's frail. He's
All right.
fragile.
Well, let's just clarify here.
Okay.
Hello, friends.
That's what happens when you go live. You know.
Oh, these things do happen.
Yeah.
So what
that's
we got to
live
do
radio for you.
It's live. Apparently, we had a little Wi-Fi malfunction.
But we're back.
To no surprise, the 2 of the most fucking unlucky men in America. Who would have thought that the Wi-Fi would just work for
just as
45
I
minutes?
was predicting the Bengals to miss the playoffs.
So, as you were saying, Bengals not going to the playoffs.
Yeah, somebody in that division has to take us. I mean, that division is ungodly, right?
It is.
Somebody's got to be left out of the party. It's the Bengals' time. I'm not a fan of what's their head coach, Zach Taylor. Not a fan of him.
You do not like Zach Taylor.
Never liked him, by the way. Never liked him. I've never liked him.
Okay.
And yeah, but it feels like we're in Norwood.
Yeah,
Kevin.
may as well be in Norwood.
But
right.
yeah, that's my bold predict. The breakout team. Yeah, I like the Dolphins too. If I'm being honest, If Tua stays healthy, that's a team, you know.
They're good.
Like you said, if Tua's healthy last year, they probably make it to the next round of the playoffs. So,
That is asking a lot. I am aware.
That's true. Tua is one good sneeze away from being in a fucking nursing home.
But now he's the jiu-jitsu fanatic now.
Yeah, okay.
Bulked up a little bit.
That's gonna have to do
He
with
learned
this.
how to fall. Could you imagine being a
He
grown
learned how
man,
to fall.
a professional athlete,
Well,
and having to learn how to fall?
Some people should probably learn how to fall.
That's like teaching your boyfriend how to shuffle a deck of cards.
You know, there's some people that probably need to learn how to fall. I've seen people fall down before. And God forbid you fall down and get stuck or something.
Now, listen, I'm not saying at 34.
Could you imagine getting stuck?
No,
if you fell and got stuck?
It'd
It'd be the worst day of your life.
One of the worst things ever.
It would be horrible. Getting stuck, there's nothing worse.
You got a breakout player? I think you do.
George Pickens.
Yes, Lord.
Oh my God. Okay, let me just hold on one second. I haven't been big into fantasy football, and it's been a while. I've played recreationally, but it's been 10 years since I've been like all in on fantasy football.
Shout out Jason Chapman.
And so I haven't been really betting. And so I kind of got into fantasy, and I couldn't believe George Pickens. So I got him like in the 11th round or 10th, and I'm just like, this guy's going to be a superstar. He is a stud.
If George Pickens never got hurt at Georgia, he's probably like a top 15 overall pick
Yes.
in the NFL. Like
So if the narrative is that Kenny Pickett's going to take this step,
my breakout,
that's their wide receiver one.
easily.
He is a fucking stud.
And their wide receiver Deontay Johnson is good.
And by the way,
that dude is always open.
By the way, let me just say this. I don't like Ryan Clark. I'm not a Ryan Clark fan. Whatever.
Stay woke.
When he said that George Pickens was more talented than Justin Jefferson, that is possible. It is more. Yeah. It is possible for someone to be more talented than somebody, but the other person be a better player.
Absolutely.
Look at Tom Brady. Just hate to keep going back
Tom
to Brady,
Brady,
but it's
Aaron
just
Rodgers.
thank you.
Perfect example. LeBron Jordan.
LeBron Jordan. Same thing. Like Pickens has like Hall of Fame. Not Justin Jefferson is a Hall of Famer. Probably. I mean, he does this for 2 more years. Hall of Famer. Pickens is a Hall of Famer. He has that potential. He's that good. And I'm sitting there and I'm just wondering, like, why are people that down on Pittsburgh?
I don't understand it. Now,
I don't get it.
Maybe it is because the division is so damn good. I get it. Because me having them as a breakout team and me having them in the playoffs, like, you got to leave somebody out.
That's where the Bengals are sitting on the porch.
And in most cases, you got to leave 2 teams out.
Yeah.
So it's hard. Like, I like the Browns.
I love the Browns.
I have a love-hate relationship with the fucking Ravens. They just destroyed me last year. Harbaugh, if there's one person I could fight in America, it's that guy.
Yeah, Harbaugh, he's overrated, but that is what it is.
So
he's a what? Tier 6 receiver on what? DraftKings PPR. Well, guess what? He ought to be fucking tier 1.
We will get into DraftKings though. We got a little.
He ought to be tier 1.
So yeah, we love Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to give me some backslash on that.
No, well, you've been knowing how I feel about Pickens and Pickett, so
yeah,
I don't know why. Yeah, and I love Mike Tomlin. I just hate Matt Canada.
I
wish Matt Canada wasn't their offensive coordinator so bad.
I hate to beat a dead horse, but their win total, I believe, is 8.5.
That's fair though. That division is.
I know. I love it.
That division is a monstrosity. I mean, it is.
You just, in theory, have to go over 500. I love it.
Yeah, and Mike Tomlin's never gone below 500 for the record. So
I love the win total. It is. I did not expect it to be minus 150.
Yeah, well,
but
that's the Mike Tomlin effect. The best coaches in football.
I got no problem for it. That's my favorite win total.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
My favorite, I've already told you this, is the Rams under. I don't care what it could be 2. They're terrible.
I was going to say that. Can I backtrack just a little bit?
Nope. This is the AFC preview. Sorry. You have to do an addendum to the NFC preview if you want to do that.
Understood. That's fair. All right. Division winners, go. Chiefs.
Yeah. Let's just start with the easy ones.
Okay.
Chargers. I'm just kidding. No. You know what? Fuck it. Put me down for the Chargers. It's time. Chiefs take a step back this year. It's time for the Chargers. Put me down. Chargers, Browns,
You think the Browns are going to win the division?
Chargers, Browns, Bills. God, the AFC South so bad.
It's very easy. Jaguars. That's easy. That's capable.
Yeah. Okay. Chargers, Browns, Bills, Jags. And let me tell you this. I forgot what the stat is. I was trying to look it up a minute ago. It's been like 40-something years. And I don't even know if it's ever happened where the playoffs were this and they were the exact same the next year. They like the exact same teams make it. So out of all those really good teams that made it last year, like somebody's going to be left out in the cold.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know who it's going to be. So 58 teams make the playoffs now.
I know.
But somebody will be left out in the cold.
In the AFC, there's going to be 4 teams that are left out.
Good teams, by the way.
So,
teams that would run the NFC.
I have the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Jags,
Okay.
and the Dolphins.
I mean, look,
I'm in.
I'm not mad at you about the whole Dolphins thing. I'm for it. I love Mike McDaniels. I worry so much about Tua. I really do.
It's obviously extremely justifiable, and I'm not one of the people that I sit here. Oh, well, they signed Mike White, so they're fine. No, they're not fucking fine. If Mike White is starting for them week 10, they're 20-point underdog.
So here you go. Let me read this list to you. I'm gonna just say this: do these teams make the playoffs? Kansas City.
Yes.
Bills.
Yes.
Bengals.
Yes.
Jags.
Yes.
Chargers.
I have them out.
Ravens.
I have them out.
Dolphins.
Yes.
So you would have 5 of the 7 from last year.
And then
that was the 7 teams. So
then I have the Jets and the Steelers in.
So you have the Jets and the Steelers taking the Ravens and the Chargers spot.
Correct.
Okay.
So I know I'm leaving the Chargers out. I'm leaving the Ravens out.
Yep.
I'm leaving the Browns out. Like those
right.
those would be top 4 teams in the fucking NFC.
Right.
It's so hard. The AFC, literally, there is a plethora of combinations that could happen in the AFC. I'd be like, yep, I could see that. I could see that. I could see that. Like, I could almost see anything happening.
I love it, Smiley. I love Deshaun MVP in the Browns Super Bowl. If Deshaun gives him, like I said, if he gives him 80% of what he gave in Houston, the roster, and I had the tweet pulled up with who Deshaun played with in Houston, and I think I read it on the NFC podcast. It is garbage.
It's not, I mean, obviously outside of DeAndre Hopkins.
Garbage. The Browns they have a good roster. Fuck, they won 7 games last year with Jacoby fucking Brissett. I mean, dude, they're good. They're a good team.
TP, I'm gonna smack you upside your head. Get off my Monopoly Go board. Don't mess with my Monopoly.
But back to football.
Yeah. Well, your AFC champ is Buffalo.
Yeah, it's in my gut. You know, it pains me to pick against my beloved Chargers, but at some point, maybe I'll just pick the Bills every year. Josh Allen's quarterback, and then I'll eventually be right.
Every year, DeMar Hamlin gets over 200 snaps. You should.
Could you imagine though? And I told you this last night. How unbearable the bye week before the Super Bowl would be if the Bills make the Super Bowl.
I won't watch.
You will have no choice. It'll kill you.
I won't watch.
It will be DeMar Hamlin fucking. It'll make the German propaganda in World War II look like a fucking cakewalk.
I won't be able to handle it.
It'll be unbelievable. It'll be like
and
this guy
sounds so insensitive from me.
Rose from the dead to bring the Bills back to the promised land.
Dude, he doesn't play.
Well, he was certainly playing when he died. I mean, so that doesn't make any sense.
He got pushed over.
Well, he did get fucking railroaded, by the way, by T. Higgins. But they would be insufferable. It would be.
It's already insufferable.
He's minus 300 to win comeback player of the year, which is just fucking so dumb. So
if you're going to be the comeback player of the year, in theory, you have to play, correct?
Not only that, it's generally always a quarterback. Like,
I don't know if this counts because he's 35-1, and I don't know what he's really like coming back from.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, technically, he didn't play last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be fucking awesome this year.
Mm-hmm.
I like Calvin Ridley, 35-1.
Yeah, but that's
with the gambling, a suspension. You're not going to get any votes.
It's a quarterback award, and now it's a fucking guy.
Yeah, but then what? Is it going to be Russ? What's he coming back from being fucking terrible?
Well, look. Yeah, he is like 20-1, I think. Whatever. That award will be won by DeMar Hamlin if he goes out there and fucking breathes on the tackle. So don't.
I will say somebody tweeted that if and when he accepts this award, if he doesn't have the fucking medical staff with him,
Yeah.
he needs his ass whipped.
Well, they'll keep rolling him out at the ESPYs. I mean, he seems like a good guy.
I'm sure he's a great
It's
guy.
not his fault he died, and the media made a huge deal about it.
It's not a him issue. You're right.
Okay.
It's not a him
It's
issue.
a media issue.
I'm glad. I'm glad Lamar's okay. My AFC champ is Miami, and I have them winning the Super Bowl.
Here's my issue with Miami.
We all can say the Chiefs are going to win this. We all.
Here's my issue with Miami. Unless they have home field, do you really think Tua's going to go into Arrowhead when it's 28 degrees or go to Buffalo when it's 20 degrees?
buddy.
Or
I
go
can't do that. We can. Hello.
We're back. They're a finesse team. Finesse teams don't win.
What is this?
What happened? Oh, we're back.
Okay.
Fuck.
Surely,
Should have done it in Americana where they have
This-
fiber internet.
you're right.
Go ahead.
We won't make this mistake again. Yes, I agree. Miami has a horrific home field advantage.
There is none. Nobody goes to the games.
I agree.
And if you're telling me they're going to have to go, you love Pittsburgh. Let's say it's Pittsburgh.
I know.
Can they go up there and run between the tackles?
Listen to me though.
You know,
I have them
so-
winning the division. So in theory, they're not going to Pittsburgh in the playoffs.
Okay.
I have them ahead of Buffalo. So Buffalo would have to go there.
Okay.
It's just Cincinnati and Kansas City, which, again, I'm kind of going out on a limb here. I'm aware.
No,
of
I
that.
respect the
I
pick.
get
You
it.
didn't take you weren't like, oh, I think Kansas City's going to the Super Bowl. I mean, you kind of
But-
you took a pick.
That offense, when healthy,
That's good.
Kansas City's better because they have Mahomes. That's the only reason why they're better.
Right.
They have Mahomes.
Could you imagine Mahomes with Jalen Waddle? Well, he had Tyreek.
Well, yeah, I can.
I guess you could imagine it.
The Bengals offense
Could
is
you
better.
imagine Justin Herbert? No, go ahead.
The Bengals offense is better.
Okay.
Burrow, Chase, Higgins, Boyd, Mixon. That's a better offense.
Then the Dolphins. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Then why do you love the Dolphins so much?
My point is
That's not why
I don't know
I'm
what
there.
that. Oh, I can't do that, friend.
Eric Evans will do both of them.
Yeah, I'm not doing either of that.
Thank you, bro.
The Eagles' offense is better.
Yeah.
And then, boy, that is Rumplemintz, and it smells very strong.
You love Roller Mints.
I do. I do love it with a splash of Sprite, which is not in there.
Hell.
So now they, you got Crown in there. They are in conversation for the next best offense. This is a 4 to 8 top offense in the league.
I agree.
So,
I also have a genius at head coach. So, but
if he's not a top 5 head coach now,
Allen. Oh, he is. 100%.
he's
100%.
going to be there.
100%. He's already top 5.
And if you're going to give me them 21 to
Well,
1,
I'm stuck with fucking Dennis Allen. But go ahead.
yeah, that's horrific. Again, kind of going out on a limb.
No, I respect the pick. Like I said, you didn't take the chalk. You could have taken.
And
the
they're a
Chiefs.
good team. They're a good defense.
You could have taken the Bills like I did.
They got Jalen Ramsey, who I know is hurt now. Traded for Bradley Chubb. Christian Wilkins is good. Xavier Howard is good. Like, these aren't nobodies.
No, they have a good team. You're right.
They're good.
They're good. It's a good football team.
I love the Dolphins.
Good coach. Good football team. They got a
And a
quarterback.
huge question mark.
They got a quarterback who's one sinus infection away from sneezing and getting like a career in a wheelchair or something. So I'm just saying.
All right. I have Dolphins over Eagles official Super Bowl pick.
I got Cowboys over Bills.
You have the Cowboys winning it.
Yes, I love the Cowboys this year. I love the Cowboys. There's nothing not to love about them except I did see earlier. This did kind of set me back, and I didn't know this, and I think this may have just been like set in stone that Mike McCarthy's going to be calling the plays. If I find out that he's calling the plays and managing the clock at the same time, I'm off the Cowboys. If they like bringing a guy to like run all the game day personnel and take care of the clock and strategy, I bet because I think Mike McCarthy's probably a pretty good play caller, right? He won a fucking Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Dak's a good quarterback, despite what people think.
He's good.
If I find out if he's got to take the Nathaniel Hackett role, or he's got to do everything, I'm out. And likely he'll be out by like game 5. So, but I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick with my gut. Cowboys over Bills.
That would literally bring me to that would be the worst possible Super Bowl I could ever have.
Yeah,
the Cowboys.
DeMar and then the Eagles rival. Yeah.
Oh,
Could you imagine what that would do for TV ratings? Though? Oh my God.
McCarthy is the offensive play caller to the quarterback.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
now that Kellen Moore is gone, that makes sense.
Right. And now I have no problem with him calling the plays. I have a problem if he's trying to call plays, manage clocks, decide if we're going to go for it on 4th down, because he's already proven he can't manage a clock. I mean, that was proven when he did the Dak scramble for the slide.
Yeah.
And he always had problems with that in Green Bay. So if I find out he's taking on the whole kit, and not to be fair to McCarthy, that's tough to ask any coach.
Anybody.
Right.
The fact that they made Nathaniel Hackett a first-year head coach do all of that, that's
right. Well, that's also on Nathaniel Hackett too, because he probably wanted control. You like power, right? You're not going to give up power. And he could have hired that guy he hired by game 3. He should have hired him before the season started.
Sure. But, everyone thinks that they're just going to be able to do it themselves.
Bring it in here.
Oh.
CeeDee Lamb is filthy.
I love CeeDee Lamb. Look at him. He's so fucking good.
Time for awards.
I just love the Cowboys. The NFC sucks, but go ahead.
The NFC sucks.
The NFC sucks.
Awards. MVP, who you
Josh
got?
Allen. 8.5 to 1, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just time. Mahomes fatigue.
I get it.
Can we just be honest? Mahomes like LeBron, he could win the MVP every year.
Yeah, 100%.
They're gonna just
And
at some
Otani.
point, right? They're gonna just be like, okay, we're not fucking no time. We're just not gonna give it to this guy anymore, right? It's just like we're tired of this.
Spread the wealth.
Josh Allen,
Yeah, I was going to try and get cute.
long shot, Deshaun Watson. It's like 40 to 1.
If you have them winning the division.
Well, the thing with Deshaun and the MVP is that you're gonna have these stay woke, virtue signaling media members.
Yeah, he'll never get the votes.
Probably not gonna vote for the guy, but that's my long shot.
I have Hurts at 12 to 1.
That's a good number.
12 to 1 is insane for Jalen.
Yeah.
I wanted to get cute with I do love Justin Fields. They're probably not going to win enough games. I thought it would be more than 25 to 1.
There's like 8 parameters on winning the MVP that have been set in stone for like the last 20 years, and the only one who broke it was Lamar, by the way. And one of them that I know for sure is that you have to have the bye week. You have to win the conference.
Yeah. Now, in fairness, there was 2 bye weeks then. Now there's only 1.
Right. Okay.
So that might change now.
I'm pretty sure everybody that won it was a conference. The number 1 seed is what it was.
I mean, I would imagine so.
So the Bears aren't getting the number 1 seed. So that's a good way to start narrowing down your pools, what I'm saying, right? You don't start throwing long shots on MVPs because it's going to be a quarterback of whoever the best team is in the conference.
Yeah. That's why I like Jalen.
Yeah, that's a great 12 to 1.
12 to 1. That's good.
I would have thought he was like in Josh Allen territory.
I know.
7, 8,
I know. But a lot of people, even on ESPN and NFL Network, they think the Eagles are going to come back down to earth a little bit, which does make sense because
I could see. I mean, they rode the high of last
they
year.
were so much better than everybody else in the conference last year.
Well, yeah, they're not going to beat the Cowboys. So.
Anyway, defensive MVP.
What a question.
I know. Well, y'all give you.
I would. Well, I don't need to think. I just have 2 guys in mind. One's from my beloved Chargers, and one's from the Steelers. I think T.J. Watt.
I got T.J. Watt.
Yeah.
Ooh, not bad. Michael Parsons is the favorite.
Was he like 5
6
to 1? Yeah. I just think Watt. I like Joey Bosa too, though. If he can stay healthy.
Joey Bosa's unreal.
If he can stay healthy. Both Bosas, they're both always fucking hurt. But not the TJ Watt's often hurt himself. So.
Rookie of the year, offensively.
Can be a quarterback.
Yeah.
I
got Richardson.
I know you got Richardson. I saw it on your paper there. I really think Bryce Young is better than people give him credit for. I think if Bryce Young was like 6'3",
oh yeah,
he'd be like a generational prospect.
I like Bryce Young. I like
the
Bryce coaching staff in Carolina.
Their skilled position players.
It's not
awful,
terrible.
They're not good.
They're not great.
I mean, what is Adam Thielen, their wide receiver one?
Yeah, right now, but it's more of a. I don't think he's going to do fantastic things this year, but he's set up. Like that's a better setup than Houston, or even
Houston's.
So
they're a ways off.
I wouldn't be shocked if Bryce Young came out and played good football.
No, he's a good player. Like I said, if he was 6'3", he'd be a generational prospect.
Joe, these shots aren't fun. I'm gonna have to do one of these.
Can we talk about Florida Gator football now?
Yeah, I'm very busy right now.
They're horrible. And I just want to say to all the LSU fans out there who 2 years ago chastised me and drug me through the coals for Jesus.
That was bad.
For wanting to hire Billy Napier, you are all a bunch of fucking idiots. Just because he can cook a good gumbo, you wanted to hire him. Thank God, by the way. Thank God.
A good gumbo is good.
Thank God Joe Oliva wasn't the athletic director because, one, Ed Ogeron would probably never been fired. But two, if he was, we would have hired 1,000% would have hired Billy Napier, and we'd be stuck in fucking hell. Florida is done for 10 years. When you hire a guy and you have to fire him mid-season too, which they're going to do because they have the money to do it, because they're going to be – we went through their schedule. Their ceiling is 5-7.
Yeah.
I truly believe Florida will be week 11, 12, whatever it is, 3-7. I think they'll lose that game to Arkansas. They'll be 3-6. They'll lose LSU. They'll be 3-7. Napier's going to hit the fucking door. So recruits going to start decommitting. They're done, right? And that sets your program back. Yeah. 10 years. You got to pay this guy. Then I got to hire another guy. And this day of NLL, now money's starting to get tight. What I watched last night reminded me of the last waning years of the Les Miles era. 4 trips to the red zone, 10 points, 11. Give them the 2-point conversion. Multiple turnovers in the red zone, multiple penalties. They had a punt return where they had 2 guys with the same number on the field, personal foul, automatic first down. They were 1 for like 13 at one point on third down. When you're situationally poor like that, that means you are poorly fucking coached.
Yeah, they're not good.
And it's just beneath an LSU or Florida or an Alabama or a Georgia or an Oklahoma or an Ohio State to go hire a coach from the Sun Belt. You don't deserve that job yet. And that's being proven very, very true.
Yeah.
You're not ready for the show. You coach ULL, you're not ready for the Southeastern Conference. You're not ready to coach at fucking Missouri. You're not ready. You don't know you don't have the resource. You don't know. You don't know anything. You don't know what you don't know, and you're not good. And Florida's fucked. They're fucked. I truly believe.
Yeah,
they are
I don't even want to It's not Napier's fault that he's in over his head.
No, it's not. You got to take the job.
You have to.
You have to take the job.
Of course, I'm going to take the Florida.
Well, Smiley, I just want to say on the record, I said last night they all go head tucked between the knees and go beg for Urban back.
God, yeah.
He ain't coming back. He ain't walking back to that door. Florida's in trouble.
They are in trouble
because this, and I never realized this until I started watching that document. Florida had only won 1 national championship pre-Urban. I mean, everybody thinks Steve Spurrier. Oh, well, he won 1. That's it.
That is shocking.
Yeah, shocking. And Urban won 2. And then they ran him out the door. He had heart problems, whatever. Aaron Hernandez.
Well, did they run him out the door?
Well, Aaron Hernandez killed like 3 or 4 people, whatever.
Allegedly.
Percy Harvin choked out Billy Gonzalez at practice. The Pouncey twins.
These are all allegedly.
Yeah, it was. And by the way, I said they were going to lose by 14. They lost by 13. Just a bad football team. Not talented.
Did Napier bring his ULL coaching staff with him?
Some. But see, the big deal, LSU was freaking out because he took Corey Raymond and he took Jabbar Jalouk. And everybody said, well, Jabbar Jalouk, he was the running back coach for LSU. Jabbar Jalouk's leaving. We'll never be able to recruit New Orleans again, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? We have Frank fucking Wilson who can recruit the fuck out of New Orleans. And Florida's running backs last night have 13 carries for 21 yards. So keep your fucking Jabbar Jalouk in Florida. They're done. I seriously, Florida's done for. I say a decade. I mean, it may seriously be like 6 or 7 years. They're in the behind.
Oh yeah.
And to think that people from LSU want to hire that guy over fucking the active most winningest coach in college football. We have an adult in the room for the first time since Nick Saban.
How's it feel? Is it nice?
It feels great. That's what I was saying earlier at the bar. Like, I personally, can we do a little LSU preview, a little in the pod?
I told you we were going to do it Sunday.
I'm a little worried about the Tigers. If you're mid-fall camp, you're pulling Sage Ryan, who's not a great safety, by the way. If you're pulling him to start playing defensive back, we probably got some problems in the secondary that I think we're in trouble.
Can we save this for Sunday?
Just 1 second? How do you negate a bad secondary? You have a great pass rush, and now Mason Smith's out.
It's not ideal.
But with that being said, if Ed Ogeron was the coach of this game, or Les Miles was the coach of this game, I would feel bad. I know that no matter what, we're going to be the best prepared team on the field. Sans, when we play Alabama, will be equal. We're going to be well coached. We're not going to fucking hurt ourselves. And I feel good. I really do. I am worried, but I know that I have Brian Kelly on the sideline, and that's a comforting feeling. I don't have to watch him go to the podium and talk about eating grass or fighting somebody at the fishing camp down in fucking Volusia Parish or some shit like that. Like
no more Ray Baker.
Yeah, no more fucking making friends with Ray Baker and all this bullshit. You know, there's an adult.
Third down defense.
Yeah, and we need third down defense, and that's why.
Yeah, did you see the face I made when I took it on? Oh,
we need the special teams to take a big step forward. So we'll talk about the LSU game. Personally, I want to talk about college football today. We could have done the AFC pod next week.
We can do both of them. We're going to end on this note.
Okay.
I do want to start a Pump the Brakes DFS league. I do want to start a little $5-10 a week.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get a group.
Okay.
Hopefully 25 people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get the weekly winner on the pod.
Okay. Yeah.
A little quick hit.
A little quick hit.
A
little advice.
We will post the link to the group that we start. We'll blast it out.
It'll be next week, though. NFL doesn't start till next week.
Oh, I know. Okay. That's why I'm announcing it now. Give everybody a week to prepare, collect their $5.
I know how you are. He'll be sending this out Saturday at 10:30.
Oh, I'm going to do it today.
Okay.
If I figure out how to do it, I'm not a DFS guy.
It takes 2 seconds.
Perfect. I was going to.
What's your favorite play tonight in college football?
Oh, I don't know. I'm retired, friend.
I'm retired too, but I take Hawaii. Hawaii plus the points. You don't come to the Sunburn Island and fucking win a football game.
You know what I would do? Phillies money line. That's what I would bet today.
Well,
don't forget, subscribe, rate, review. That's going to end the podcast. If it didn't end technically 30 minutes ago when everything went out, who knows if this is still even broadcasting. We might literally be talking to nobody. I don't know.
okay.